Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. So we're going to start covering a news story. I want to be clear. When we start covering news stories, that doesn't mean that I'm like not going to continue covering the stories that we already cover. We're definitely going to continue covering Quentin Simon's case. I'm going to follow, what happens in regards to Leilani and Billy Joe. Every case that we've been talking about, we're going to continue to cover it. Athena Strand, any updates, I'll bring them to you guys. There's just so many things happening that I feel needs to be like brought out. As much attention brought on these cases as possible. This video comes with a trigger warning. Topic this topic is really disturbing. We're going to be talking about a boy that they can't even be specific on his age. Like they don't even know for sure how old he is. Like the reports have come out to say like 5, 6, or 7. They don't even know for sure. Tons of abuse happening here. We have one child who is deceased and another child that is in the hospital right now. So we're going to be talking about this case. Billy Joe was released yesterday. Billy Joe was released yesterday, and we'll probably do an updated video about that in just a little bit. There's not a whole lot of details, but she did get out of jail. That's a separate case. That's the Quentin Simon case. But let's go ahead and let's get into this. I came across this, I think today. I think I came across this one today. So yeah, trigger warning, you guys. If you can't handle topics like this and have to sit this one out, I completely understand. Okay, so a young boy was found buried under floorboards in his Arkansas home, and he had been dead for 15 weeks, allegedly killed when his mom's boyfriend shoved his head in a toilet as a form of punishment, according to court documents. Blu Rolland's decaying body was found Friday, which just so happened to be his birthday, allegedly, from what they're saying. He was wrapped in multiple layers of plastic bags under a newly nailed piece of plywood in the family home. His dad's family had raised the alarm after Blue's sister was found with severe burns, and the little boy was repeatedly kept away from scheduled custody visits. Blue's mom, Ashley Rolland, who is 28 years old, had a big black eye when she was booked into the local jail. She quickly blamed her boyfriend, Nathan Bridges, who is 33 years old. They were both arrested the day that Blue's body was discovered. Let me show you guys a few pictures really quickly while I have them up. Okay, so that is Blue. Like I said, his body was found on his birthday. The only thing is, like, the year has been questionable. And then this is his mother, Ashley Rolland. You spell his name Bluroland. And then this is the boyfriend that she blamed for this. Now, like, we don't know where this black eye has come from, but I'm wondering if, the boyfriend was abusive and he's the one that gave her the black eye. We don't know. Now, Ashley Rolland, who is the mom of Blue, she told the cops that her abusive boyfriend killed Blue on September 9th by shoving his head in the toilet as punishment for biting his finger. So, allegedly, the little boy bit the boyfriend's finger, and as a form of punishment, he stuck his head into the toilet. The mom claimed that she had been in another room, saying that she went into the bathroom when Bridges walked out, her boyfriend walked out, and she saw her son in there struggling to breathe, and his body was limp. She told the cops that her boyfriend then cut a hole in their wooden floor, dug a hole into the ground, and buried Blue under the house. However, a witness named Rebecca Fitting told cops that Ashley told her that Blue had come out of the bathroom with his face and body swelling and foaming out the mouth before collapsing and dying. The mom said she didn't know what to do and had buried Blue under the floorboards, according to Rebecca Fitting, whose relationship to Ashley is nobody knows what their relationship is. We just know, according to court documents, this person has come forward to say this is what she told me, and it conflicts with what she told the police. The children's dad, there's two kids. There's a little girl who is a little bit older, and then there's Blue. So the children's dad, Ashley's ex-husband, Dustin Rolland, who is 30 years old, filed a complaint about being refused to allow visitation. So they had court-ordered visitation. She was supposed to let the kids go visit their stepdad, and she was refusing to allow Blue to go visit his dad. So he filed a complaint. That was on September 14th. However, he did not know that his son had already been dead for 5 days. So it was the dad's mom. Let me make sure I have that right. Yes, it was Blue's grandmother, paternal grandmother, who called the police after Blue yet again failed to be turned over for a visitation. But his sister emerged with badly scabbed head from severe burns. So, from my understanding, paternal grandmother showed up at the house to get her grandchildren for a scheduled visitation. And once again, they were like, here's the girl, but Blue can't go. Which was multiple visits that Blue had not been to. Sparked calls for an alarm. But then when she put eyes on her granddaughter's head had been shaved and she had visible scabs on her head as well as severe burns. So grandmother called the police. The grandmother told NBC News that the girl's clothes were soaked in urine and she could barely even walk, and her first request was for water and something to eat. The grandmother said that she told her granddaughter that she was safe, and that the granddaughter had a look of sheer horror on her face. So after walking out of the house, she let her know, like, you're safe, but she said her granddaughter looked scared. Ashley Rolland told police that her boyfriend caused those injuries to her daughter as well, saying he held her under hot water as punishment for her behavioral issues. Y'all, these people. These people deserve, I don't even know what they deserve, but why is that popping up on my screen? Let's see. Try to show you guys some more pictures, but it's not really popping up. Right, there it is. He looks like my nephew. He resembles my nephew a good bit. My nephew's name is Gus, and he kind of looks like him. And then this is the house where it all took place, where his body was found underneath the house. This is the little girl. This is the little girl whose head was shaved. She had visible injuries on her head. As you guys can see, on her arms. She's got injuries on her arms as well as on her stomach. An online fundraiser had raised more than $25,000 on Friday for the little girl. It does seem like they were abused and starved. Destiny, the little boy, passed away when the boyfriend drowned him by sticking his head into the toilet. So, according to court documents, the little girl's hair, I don't think her name has been revealed yet, but the little girl's hair had been chopped off. She is malnourished. She had cracked ribs and many burns on her bodies in various stages of healing. Ashley Rowland and Bridges are accused of capital murder, abuse of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, endangering the welfare of a minor, and battery. Rowland also faces 2 additional felony charges of permitting child abuse. It does look like those are old cigarette burns. Both are being held without bond and are next due in court January 17th, so we'll be keeping up with that. The children's dad told NBC that he had been trying to fight for his kids. He says, "I wish I could have been there a long time ago, but it was her holding me back from seeing my children." He and Ashley married in December 2015 before divorcing in June of last year. And he said, "I don't want anyone thinking that this was my fault. I love my kids very much." And I mean, if it wouldn't have been for him and his mom, he filed the appropriate paperwork to try to get custody of the kids due to the fact that he was not getting proper visitation. He had court order visitation, but the mom was not allowing Blue to come over, which the reason we know is because Blue was dead. So she would send the little girl. Blue was not there. You know, I wish the little girl would have spoke up while at Dad's house or at Grandma's house and said something, but more than likely she was terrified to. They probably had her convinced that if she spoke up, that they would kill her. You know, the boyfriend probably said, "If you tell anyone, we're going to kill you," something along those lines. Now, Bridges, two people who appear to be Bridges' parents did show up to a court hearing saying that that was not their son. Their son would never commit those crimes. But, I mean, someone did. This poor baby, y'all. There is another picture that shows the injuries of her stomach. I'm going to show it. If you don't want to see it, look away for the next few seconds, but it is terrible. Like I said, her name has not been released, but they are releasing her photos. We do see the injuries of now we can't see her head other than the picture of, the forward facing picture of her, but grandmother noted that there were injuries in her hair as well as her arms. It looks like these are burn marks. I'm going to show the picture of her stomach. Trigger warning, huge trigger warning. And if you don't want to see it, look away for the next probably 10 seconds. All right, I'm going to go ahead and flip to it right now. It almost looks like something was spelt out on her stomach right there. Lulu, her face is out there all over everything. This story, I've found this story on like 6 different outlets, and her face is on like a GoFundMe. It's being put out there. This poor baby. I couldn't imagine someone doing that to my kid. Yeah, probably. They did say that he put her head under scalding water. Um, All right, I'm going to go ahead and take that off. Okay, anybody that didn't want to look, it's now off. So you can come back with us. Um, you know, it's so wild because something like that can bring tears to your eyes when we're sitting here talking about a baby that was killed and put under the floor, but we don't see that baby's body, the damage that was done to it. I'm sure if we were, we would all, you know, break down crying. Um, Definitely seeing injuries like that to someone so innocent that didn't ask to even be brought into this world, behavioral issues. When you have kids, your kids are gonna misbehave. That's just the way that life is. I'm sure when he was a child, he misbehaved. How would he felt if someone did things like this to him when he misbehaved as a child? As children, you misbehave. You're gonna, do things you're not supposed to do. You're gonna accidentally break things. You're gonna accidentally spill things. You're gonna be little kids have bad days just like we do. Just like adults have bad days and we're snappy at people. Little kids have bad days and they're snappy at people. The only difference is when your kid is snappy at you, you're like, oh, no, we don't do that. That's not allowed. But it's like, who's sitting there telling us that it's not allowed for us to be snippy at someone when we're having a bad day? It's really sad to see this. And I feel like more than likely, their bad behavior was probably normal behavior for kids. It's really sad. I burned my hand in 2017. I was in so much pain. Yes, same. I burnt my finger with a hot glue gun not too long ago, and it was little, and it hurt so bad. And then my daughter, she burnt her ankle like a big burn. I mean, it was like this, and she was in so much pain, and I just felt so terrible for her. But I remember like being there with her, like trying to clean it off, keep it wrapped, and like how much pain she was in. And I can't imagine your whole stomach, your head being put under scalding water. Yeah, all those kids were probably very well behaved, subdued more than likely because that they would have been petrified. Yeah. Yeah, my 17-year-old daughter, not my 5-year-old daughter, not our baby. My 17-year-old daughter was making a Christmas box for the pageant that she was in, and she was, we were working with hot glue. It was not my baby. They're both my baby, but not like in terms of, little baby. Absolutely, flower power 67. The police that found this little boy, that rescued this little girl, especially if Blue was killed for biting a finger. Every kid bites at one time or another. Yeah. My son Eli, I mean, used to bite me right here, like so bad. When he was little, which it's wild because my husband did that to his mom when he was little. Like I would, hold Eli and he would just gnaw at just gnaw at me, and it was, oh. I have a feeling she's probably going to go to her dad, and hoping and praying that her dad is going to take good care of her. If I lose my patience with my nieces by raising my voice, I take 5 minutes and apologize to them, and even explain that losing your patience happens, but it's important to regroup and apologize. Right, Shell? Yeah, biting can be normal. I know several kids that have done it. That obviously you tell them that it's not okay, put them in the corner or something, but you don't drown them in the toilet. This little girl's injuries are just so devastating. She's in the hospital. Like I said, an online fundraiser has raised more than $25,000. More than likely, she probably will go with her dad. I want to write this down. Their court date mom and boyfriend is January 17th. So I'm going to write that down so I can make sure we keep up with that. How old was the boy? Well, okay, so that's the thing, is they've reported his age like 5, 6, and 7. Now he was found on his birthday. I also did find something that said the Arkansas police said that he was 7, but then like his birthday said that it was December 17th, 2017, I think. So if his birthday was really 2017, then he was 5. But uh, what do you guys think? Does he look? So I'm really not. We're not sure with his age. And then the mom had a black eye in her photo, so I don't know what's happening there. We don't know if he beat the mom up or what really happened with the mom. Um, I read several different reports. He does look older than 5. Let me see. So, like, one report says 7-year-old, 6-year-old. Okay, so he was born. This one says details about Blu Rolland, the boy's age, was not immediately clear. Arkansas State Police said he was 6 years old, but court documents say that he was born December 16th, 2017, meaning he was found on his 5th birthday. But New York Daily News says 7-year-old boy. This one down here says 6-year-old boy. The Arkansas State Police said 6-year-old boy, but then court documents say that he was born in 2017. So he would have been 4, turning 5 on the day that he was found. You know. And this is the little girl before they cut all of her hair off. That's him and her before they cut her hair off. It is outrageous, Casey. It's so outrageous. I'm so sorry, True Blue. Now, this report does say that the daughter is 6 years old, so maybe they're getting her age confused with his age. But if she's 6, she's clearly older than him. So I definitely don't think he's 7. I don't think he's 6. More than likely, he was found on his 5th birthday. Yeah, she does look like she has strabismus. There is a little bit of I see that too, Sean. Let me see if it shows that in the other photo. Seems fine there, but with strabismus, sometimes they look fine. Yeah, Dakota had it, and like sometimes his eyes look fine, and sometimes they go a little wonky. Which should have already been treated. Yeah, if she's 6 years old, it should have been treated. We got Dakota's treated when he was 2. So, I mean, let's see. This is her now. This was her then. Dakota's got his fixed when he was about 2 years old. This is her now. She looks a lot like Blu. This was her then. I definitely think he was probably 4. Seems like he was probably 4. Definitely needs to be fixed before 6 years old, right? It seems like the misinformation with his age is coming from like the police, but it seems like they have gotten it from the children's paternal grandmother who may, I mean, I don't know if my kids' grandmas remember their exact age, so um, because she's the one that said that Blue would have turned 6 on December 16th. But it seems like they have his birth certificate that says that he was born 2017. So he literally was killed at 4 years old. It says, according to an affidavit filed in Lee County Circuit Court, Ashley Rowland is cooperating with the officers, telling them that her son was killed on September 9th after Bridges punished him for biting his finger. Rowland also said her daughter was burned after Bridges held her head under extremely hot water as punishment for her bad behavior. Rowland's booking photo shows a fresh black eye, but police have not said how she got it. Bridges has so far refused to answer any questions. So the boyfriend is not answering any questions. The mother is blaming him. Let's see what this says. A GoFundMe page set up to help pay for the burial of the child, Anita Whitby, who identified herself as the friend of the paternal grandmother, wrote that Karen Rowland had been trying to get custody of the children for more than a year. It's Whitby. I think it's Whitby. Also wrote that the surviving children has suffered unthinkable abuse. This child's hair has been chopped off. She is malnourished, cracked ribs, many burns through various stages of her body, through variety, all of her body in various stages of healing. The injuries are presumed to be from her mother and the mother's boyfriend. Karen was notified that the youngest grandchild's decomposed body was found under the floorboard. Just don't understand how something like this can happen, you just don't understand. So we're going to keep up with this one, you guys. I don't understand how people like this end up with kids. I'm tired of these families, if these children say they were trying to get custody. Well, he had filed paperwork, Sean. The family had filed paperwork a couple months, back in September. The father had filed paperwork back in September. And they just got a divorce. So he and the woman married December 2015, I think it said. And they got a divorce last year. Were they not enrolled in pre-K in school? There's no mention of pre-K or any kind of school, so they may have been homeschooling them. I'm not sure. No mention of school on anything that I've read so far. I see you, Mariska. What? This was Arkansas. This happened in Arkansas. Let's see. Lee County. Thank you, Mariska. Did I get it right? Right, Sean? Yeah, if I had any inkling that my kid was being hurt, well, guess what? I'm going to get my kid and we'll just deal with it. However, we have to deal with it. I want to know more about this guy, Nathan Bridges. His family's saying he's innocent, that he wouldn't do this, but somebody did it. And Palestine, Arkansas. This is him right here. Okay, I'm seeing on here where somebody is clarifying that he was 4. Oh, okay. Ashley Rowland on her profile says she's a healer and a psychic reader. This person says that she knew Ashley and they used to hang out, but hadn't hung out in a while because Ashley seemed to choose drugs and guys over her kids. Seems like he has kids. It seems like he has children as well. I'm on their Facebook. I'm trying to see how much information I can get. Yes, I do have an autistic son. See how good she can heal that black eye she got, right? Okay, here is what her stuff says. Spiritual healer, pagan, Christian, mother, follow my TikTok for tarot readings and more. Smurf Angel 94. Seeing if I get any more valuable information off. see if I can get any more valuable information off the Facebook account. I'm kind of reading the comments right now. So this is his page. Let's see. These are his photos. Now it says here, oh, sorry, you guys can't see all of that. This is not Ashley in the photo that you guys are seeing right now. I want to be clear about that. This is just the first photo that pops up when you click on his photos. I think that's him. But it says, this is not the mother of the kids. This is my sister who passed away in March. Do not ruin my sister's name with a BS. Get your facts straight before you go around with the rumors that hurt innocent people. So this is some other lady, but that seems to be him. So this is him and his son, I think. I don't know if I don't think that's the same. Is that the same little boy? I can't really tell because that boy looks older. But they're driving down the road. He's taking a, are they in the back? I don't know. Either way, he's in a seatbelt, and this guy's taking a picture while going down the road. Let me be judgmental for a little bit. This is him. All the comments. Enjoy prison. Guess what they do to baby killers in prison? Hopefully Bubba will put a smile on your face in prison. All the comments. He is just literally being with the comments. So I do want to be, it seems like he has children. And some of these kids are his, from my understanding. Murderer, child murderer. I hope you find hell in prison. Horrible person. This person said, why is this baby's hair all gapped up? His hair does look weird, like gapped up or something, right? Doesn't his hair, and I noticed that in the other picture, but I'm having trouble making sure I identify the right children because he has kids. I don't want to say that Blu Rolland is, who he's not. Like, I don't, because there was one picture that I'm pretty sure was his kids. Enjoy death row. Saddle up, cowboy. Prison will be quite the ride. Men who take constant selfies have insufficiency below the belt. Men who torture children and murder children lack a heart and soul. Evil. I heard you will be starring in court TV murder trial. I'm so glad you got the part. Bye now. All the comments. I mean, his comment, like, okay, these are his kids. Someone did clarify. Okay, it seems this is wild because these two do look like his girlfriend's kids almost. Um, but in his case, I guess his daughter was younger than the son. His son was older, his daughter was younger. In Ashley's case, the daughter was older, son was younger. They almost kind of resemble a little bit. But this person over here says these were not the injured kids. These are not his girlfriend's kids. So this is his son and his daughter, I'm assuming. Yeah, these are his kids. I'm wondering if he because in two pictures it looks like his son's hair was kind of wonky. Shine. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Um. So people are going all over to his Facebook and commenting on every one of the pictures, like every one of them. It's kind of wild how his kids kind of resemble her kids almost, but the ages are reversed. Trying to see if there's anything else here of substance. I'm not seeing any photos of her children on his post, which she just got a divorce last year. So him, he and her, Nathan and Ashley, could have only been together, you know, for less than a year. I'm hoping his kids weren't abused. He has a baby mama somewhere. It's got a lot of photos. Let me get back at it. I'm just seeing if there's anything that. Okay, this person says, okay, these the children in the photos are not Ashley's children. This child is not missing hair, does not have a black eye. Did you look at the photos? Did you look at the photos being put out into the press? Not sticking up for Nathan, but putting out false information is bullcrap. She's responding to someone saying that these are Ashley's children. She says, look at all the pictures of this boy who is 7. His hair is blonder in several spots. None of the pictures of his children have marks. If you pay attention, you'll notice pictures of his children stop being posted shortly after Ashley and him got together in April. So he and Ashley got together in April. 5 months. 5 months. April, May, June, July, August, September. He and Ashley were together for 5 months and he allegedly killed her son. 5 months. 5 months. And after he and Ashley got together, he stopped posting pictures of his children. As far as the comments about him taking out his breakup with his mother's kids onto these kids, he has been divorced from his ex-wife since 2018. I hope they plan to release more details about the case. Statements from his kids, the little girl, his ex-wife, etc. We need something to wake up the system that keeps failing these kids, like the people who said they thought something was going on but never made a call, or the officer that left after seeing the condition of the girl. The school had suspicions, but they never did a wellness check. Just let them say they were homeschooling. Okay, so they were saying that they were homeschooling. We need to feel safer in our concerns and feel like standing up will actually get results. Way too many red flags in the story that could have led to the finding of this boy well before we did, or even saved his life. Okay, did you know that Ashley accused her ex-husband of child abuse? Hence his supervised visits through the mother. Nor did this father look for the children for 3 months. Grandmother was fighting, but now he's tagged her in a post about the recovery. What if those allegations are in fact true, and now she's back? Now she's back in his presence. Doesn't matter to you, right? Hence the reason for curiosity. My reason to not really support people's bull crap when it comes to posting lies. I really hope, man, this is so concerning. So Ashley allegedly accused her ex-husband of abusing someone, which is how he got supervised visits through his mother. I hope they put this girl with someone that's going to take care of her. I hope they do very in-depth checks before they place this little girl with anyone. Because at first I'm like, well, her father, he was trying to get custody of her. But now I don't even know, you guys. I'm going to keep up with this story. This is awful. This is awful. Has anyone ever had a child called it? I have not. Were they on drugs? I'm not sure. But they were only together for 5 months, from what this is saying. I personally know a social worker who failed to report negative conduct for my daughter sleeping in a dog bed. Oh, not your daughter sleeping in a dog bed, but your daughter gave the information. Your daughter called in about a child sleeping in a dog bed. Um, well, like my mother-in-law was a social worker, and a lot of times, like they'll report stuff, but they just can't take the kids. Like it has to be signed off by a judge, and a lot of times because you know, social workers go into these homes, investigators for CPS go into the homes to investigate the report. If somebody calls in and says, hey, there's a kid that, a teacher, mandated reporter, calls in and says, I have a child that comes to my school, has mentioned something about sleeping in a dog bed, doesn't have a bed, comes to school sometimes, like hair not brushed, you know, bruises, they would call that in, and then CPS would send out a social worker that's the investigator, and she would go into the home. She would speak to the children. She would speak to the parents. She would check the home out, check the refrigerator, check the cabinets, the cupboards, make sure they have food, and everything. And oftentimes, they will write the report and what they suggest take place, remove the child, whatever, and the judge has to sign off on it. I know personally, like my mother-in-law has her suggestion be that the children be removed and the judge not go based off her suggestion. So yeah, Mariska, I work in that field in the Netherlands. Trust me, even if you want to, you can't. And that system there is good. Oh wow, your daughter was sleeping in a dog bed, and he still has custody. His sister is a state caseworker. Hospitals have filed all of our CPS complaints. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, that's a problem. You can only do so much. You can only go so far. Even if you are saying, I think they should be removed. I think they should. I'm there. I'm talking to them. They show no desire to do any better. They have no desire to tend to these kids. They're not going to the mandated classes. It's been a year. They haven't went to one. They're still failing their drug test. You know, sometimes the judge just, yeah, stopped working in that field because I couldn't literally those kids over. Nobody can, and I couldn't sleep anymore because I couldn't. Yeah, that's my stepmother did the same thing. Yes, Elle Bailey, I am. That is the same. That's super sad. If you see something, say something. Elle, are you familiar with Gabriel Fernandez? Yes, he was the 8-year-old that literally showed up to school with black eyes, with burn marks on his face, shaved head, and the his teacher called CPS many times. I changed my entire life around when I found out my daughter was coming. I never understand these. Same to me. Like I was 17 when I got pregnant. I was young, but I started like kind of going to the bar at 16 years old, hanging out with like my older cousins, my older siblings, and I wasn't crazy, but I did go out. But I was always, ripping and running. But when I found out I was pregnant, it was like, whoop, that stops now. That stops now. And it did. I just had obviously this desire to be the best person possible for my child and to protect them. And I've always been super picky with who I leave my kids with. Me and my husband were both sexually abused growing up when we were younger. So we have that fear that, it could happen to them. Lord, how could their mom allow that to do this? That baby girl has old scarring and new bruises on the right arm are so bad. It's very apparent that these children have been abused for months. It seems like, oh my goodness, like this man could have started doing this right out the gate. He's been with their mom for 5 months, and they had, you know, the daughter had injuries that had been healing in various stages of healing. I'm gonna see if I can find her page really quickly. We're just kind of chit chatting anymore. I don't think I'm gonna have any more information for anybody that watches this on replay. We're just kind of chit chatting. People these days are afraid to say something. If you see something, you must say something. Otherwise, you're guilty, in my opinion, of child neglect. My daughter doesn't stay with anyone. She's not verbal, and to be honest, they're lucky I let her go to school. 100%. We have been blessed with fantastic teachers so far. I completely feel you there. Thank you, Abby. Let's see if I can find. Right, there she is. There's Ashley Rowland. It's not a lot on there. Karen Rowland, which is probably her mother. Maybe. But do not go harassing anyone of their family members. I mean, allegedly his parents showed up saying that he didn't do anything wrong. I don't know. Her page has nothing of substance on it. But people's definitely found his page. Murderer. Evil monsters they are. Devil, what she did in secret will now come to light. And anyone that followed her is just as evil. May she never see outside the walls of prison. She won't make it on the inside. Oh my heart, how could anyone hurt these babies? You were supposed to be the one to protect them. You failed them so bad. Shame on you. I've never. That's got music in it. Let's stop that. Her TikTok was taken down, but her Instagram is up. And the comments are on. Um, Either play biting or what was he doing to Blue that he could only bite in defense? Thank you, Susan. Thank you. There's a fine line between a spanking and losing your mind with a kid, and who decides what is what. In Europe, it's a child's right. It's in the Constitution to not get punished physically. You can beat me all you want, but don't touch my kids. You better watch out. You won't be standing. Yeah. Over here in the States, you are allowed to spank your children, but it has to be on the bottom. It can't be super hard. Like, it can't be hard enough to leave a mark, and it needs to be like on their bottom. Um, and that's like through like the eyes of the law and like CPS have said that you cannot hit your child. You cannot, even if your child hits you, even if you're 17-year-old child, like, you can't, like, you better try to bend them over and pat them on the butt because you cannot. It's funny how things have changed. My mom used to shake me when I was little. I remember not having any control of my head as it flopped all over the place. I also remember not understanding why Wow. Yeah. This is definitely a sad, sad situation, a sad case. I just wish something would have happened where this boy would have been saved. Um, I guess we can be thankful that his sister. Did she see this? Did the sister see what happened? Did the sister see what happened to her little brother? Or is that something she's got to? Is that something that she's got to live with the rest of her life? Is seeing what happened to her brother? Yeah, that's what got illegal there, the bottom, because some parents don't know where to draw the line between the bottom and the top. My mom would probably lose me. Back in the day, listen, back in the day, kids used to get their tail spanked. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just kind of what it was. You got whipped with a belt. Okay, Blue's sister's name is Taylor. I just saw that. Taylor. It's really weird. Back in the day, I'm 39 now. My dad had to walk up to his dad for the belt. For the belt. I think the little girl's eyes have seen unimaginable things. More than likely, yeah. 5 months, you guys. 5 months that he was with her. Now, it's possible she was the one abusing them and they have been abused before. But I did see somewhere on that Facebook account that it said that her TikTok had a TikTok video up saying that she was the mother of perfect children, but this was before she got with Nathan. I'm not saying my parents are above the law, not even close. Listen, my mama wore me out, didn't do anything but make me mad and want to do more, honestly. I hated her for it. I'm going to keep up with this case, you guys. This is a new one that we're going to be covering. They go to court on the 17th of January, so we're definitely going to be keeping up with that. Let me see. I might do one more tonight. I don't know. I wanted to do an update on Billy Joe. It's not going to be a quick one. There's not a whole lot, but I think we'll do an update on Billy Joe. Just a quick update and just kind of talk about what's going on with that case. But I'll go ahead and end this one for now. You guys, please keep Taylor Rolland in your prayers. She is in a hospital recovering from injuries. Also, the family members to Blue and under that house for 5 weeks, you guys. Do you think people should need a license to have children? Maybe so. Like, maybe so. My goodness. Holy moly. So, well, they were together 5 months when this happened to her son. They got together in April. So, May, June, July, August, September. Because this happened in September, October, November. They've been together 8 months. I apologize. I said that wrong. They've been together 8 months at this point, but it was 5 months when this happened. This is in Arkansas. So, you guys, all before the holidays, the twins kidnapped. Thankfully, they were reunited with their mom. Quentin Simon, he should be celebrating his second Christmas. He's not here due to his mother taking his life. Athena Strand, she should be celebrating her 5th Christmas. Her mom and her little sister should be celebrating Christmas with her. They're going to have to go through their first Christmas without Athena due to Tanner Horner, FedEx driver, who decided to take her life for no good reason. There's never a good reason, but definitely no good reason other than the fact that he claims he bumped into her and didn't want to get in trouble. So many more out there, you guys, that sick individuals taking the lives of these little kids, and they do not get to live the life that they deserve to live. You guys be in prayer for all the kids, be in prayer for their families, and I think we'll do a quick update on Billy Joe, and we'll be out for the weekend. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.